Hey everyone, it's Ben Capozzi with Broad Shoulders Farm in beautiful Sutherland, Virginia, Zone 7. And I am out here working on cleaning up the, cleaning and preparing the perennial vegetables bed. And just thought I'd share a quick thing about a muscadine grapevine that I'm working with here, in case you want to propagate one of your own or curious about how to train them. So this is the perennials bed that I'm working on. This is the waterfowl paddock, which will this year change to the composting area. The waterfowl paddock's going to move, but I've got this long fence here. This house, when it had a sloped roof, if you followed the farm for a while, you know, it blew over last year. It actually blew over twice and just wrecked the house and wrecked the fence. So I'm going to redo the fence this year, but the idea of the fence is still set. So it's going to be this. I've got these 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of islands that I've set up with drainage channels in between from where the garden, the rows, the beds here for this part of the garden are oriented north-south, and that's mostly just because of drainage. But so I'm going to be working with this line here, and I planted 1, 2, 3 muscadine grapes out here last year, and then the geese and ducks just wailed away on them because I didn't protect them adequately. But I was just checking on them and checking on this one right here in particular today, and it's great. So, but because I didn't do anything with it last year, I didn't actually do anything to train it properly. So it's got two trunks, 2 main vines coming up, and that's not going to work. So I'm going to do some pruning, but I'm not going to prune this one off. I'm going to put a brick on it so that it's got good contact with the ground. And then this will root. I'll come back and see this summer. I'll cut it off there, and I'll have a brand new muscadine vine. I have to go back and check my notes, but I'm pretty sure I put a Supreme here, a Supreme done on the other end, and then in the middle is a pollinator, and I think I did either Darlene or Fry. I'll have to check my records. But anyhow, so I've got two males, sorry, these are the pollinators, with a female vine in the middle. But anyhow, so what you want to do with the muscadine, and I grow muscadines because I'm in the south, and even though it's the mid-Atlantic, but I like plants that don't require a lot of attention from me, as I've often said. And I don't need to put down a bunch of sprays or anything like that. I need a vine that can handle the extreme heat and humidity of this part of Southern Virginia, and for me that's muscadines. They require no care for me. I'll typically gild them up, so I'll plant clover or hyssop or mint or mustard greens, things that generally tend to be companions for grapevines, and I just kind of let them go. But I want to get them all the way up to the top here of this fence line, even though I'm going to reset this fence. I've got time here. So what I need to do is just come through here and clean up these smaller ones. I mean, you could air layer these. I think they're kind of tiny if you wanted to propagate a whole bunch, but just propagating here, this one will be enough for me from this one plant. So I'm going to come through, I'll cut here, cut here, cut here, cut here, cut here. Basically everything that's not this main, gosh, it's been so long since I've worked with grapes. I don't know, call it a stalk, a trunk, a runner. I've forgotten my grape terminology. I know that eventually when it gets up here, they're going to be cordons, C-O-R-D-O-N-S. But the main vine right here, I'm forgetting the name of it. But anyhow, let me do that real quick, and then we'll come back and I'll show you what's what. All right, so I'm all done. I took all of these off, and as I was pruning them, I was thinking, you know, there are there are known to be good and bad times to prune these things, and you do have to worry about them weeping or bleeding out almost. I think this one's going to be fine, but I probably could have done a bit more research and refreshed my memory, because I haven't dealt with my grapes in, I mean, I planted these, but I've got about 15 varieties at my house in town, but I haven't done with them really since the house fire 3 years ago. So I'm a bit out of practice, but I think that this tree will be okay. If I'm really worried about it, I can come in with maybe some grafting tape and just kind of close that up a little bit, but I'm not going to do that. But I put back a sheet of 1/2-inch hardware cloth between the vine and the fence and where the poultry are. The waterfowl are especially difficult on establishing pretty much anything. So this will keep them from nibbling, and it's not going to be here forever. They're not going to stay over on this side forever. They're getting ready to move over there. So then there'll be a problem for that. But anyhow, this is my temporary solution, but I've got a nice, clear, clean stalk all the way up, and I did a little zip tie to attach it up here just so that it knows to go up here and not ramble along the ground. And I'll just check it this year as it leaves out, and I'll do appropriate pruning, because what I want is a nice big stalk, big central vine right here that I will then train out along there. If you haven't grown muscadines, I highly recommend them. They're not seedless, but they are delicious. They are enormous. They are tasty. And they don't require a lot of care. Can I see that? Alice! Alice! There's another guy that doesn't require a lot of care. All right. I hope that was helpful or interesting to you. More stuff to come. If you're interested in what we're doing here on the farm, you can follow us here on the YouTubes, on the Facebook, and the Instagram at Broad Shoulders Farm. Come see me at the farmer's market. There's Bart, the Barred Rock Roo, doing his grooming regimen. Talk to y'all later. Please stay healthy, and same for your friends and loved ones. Take care. Bye-bye.